for fast, cheap, and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, Easy Mutt. Use code VENOM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's good guys, Ben Fire here back for another video, and today me bringing you guys my full gun type doubles offensive scheme. Now, a couple of guys have suggested the scheme, and overall I think it is a very good and underrated offense, something a little bit off meta that is still very successful and has some nice route combos that you can create. It's also in the Raiders offensive playbook, so it's in the best playbook in my opinion in the game. Along with trips, bunch tight end, and a really good bunch. Obviously, we know about strong close and some of those under center forms as well. Also, before we get into the video, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button. About 75% of my viewers are not subscribed. We're on the road to 15,000 subscribers, so if you're watching, you're new, you like what you see, go ahead, hit that sub button for me. Also, drop a like for more videos. But yeah, gun tight doubles. I really like this offense because I don't feel like you need a whole lot of abilities to make it work. Now, if I had to make some suggestions, I would say Gunslinger for sure. We're not actually using Gunslinger, but you can get like Tight End Apprentice, Backfield Master, just a couple of add-ons, Route Technician. But overall, you don't need any glaring abilities to make the offense work. As far as my audibles, this is what I have: Zig Under, Quick Base, Out Smash, and Tight End Curl. There's definitely some other good plays in here, like halfback angle. Z-Spot's a good one. Flood Drive is also a good one, but we're just going to go over the ones in my audibles. Just a quick little mini scheme for you guys. And yeah, so we're going to start out with Zig Under here. And on defense, I'm just going to be running a variation of coverage and man here. So we'll just start out with like a stock man coverage. Now, as far as it's concerned, here is a look at our play art. So this play is very underrated. Now, we have a couple of unique routes out of the Zig Under play in particular. And those routes are pretty much going to be Will Fullers, Darren Fells, and Brandon Cooks in particular. Now, Will Fullers is on this kind of reverse zig route, you could call it. He's on a zig, but he's going to the inside. So if I just snap it stock, you see he's going to burn the man coverage pretty well there. You see he's basically just running a zig to the inside. Now, I wish we could actually use those routes in kind of a hot route situation, but unfortunately we cannot, and that's okay, but it is a very useful route for pulling down zones, opening up corner routes, things like that. As far as the other unique route, Darren Fells is not too unique. You can smart route it, you can get it relatively short, but you can also do the same thing with Brandon Cooks here. So if I wanted to, I could just smart route Brandon Cooks, and he almost turns into like a slant route. It's a little bit deeper, but if you just leave him at his range, he's in a pretty good position to be almost a crossing route. So our first setup for this play is simply just going to be A on a streak. We're going to just use B on a slant here. Now, B is already on an inside breaking route, but this one's pretty slow developing. We want him on kind of a crosser. And then as far as X is concerned, we're just going to flat him. So here's a look at our first setup. Now I'm going to be running a blitz because we had to do that to kind of get him motioned over. But you see Cooks, he's going to get pretty good separation on this route. I would, if I had to choose a spot for a route technician, definitely put him in Brandon Cook's spot right here because he's going to be on this really good post route / crosser that we're using, and then in some other plays he's going to be on a corner route. So that's the spot I would recommend. But again, that first route combo was just A on a streak, B on a slant, X on a flat, and we blocked our halfback. Snapped the ball, no motion, but again, there is some cool motions that you can definitely do with this formation, and I'll kind of touch up in a little bit about, sorry about that. But yeah, there's some cool motions you can do just to kind of show you. I could motion Cooks over, and he's actually not going to stop. He's going to completely motion over, so you can almost create like a trips formation, just like a gun trips. But yeah, that's just some unique stuff we can do. Now, as far as our other route combinations, what I like to do is overall I can actually keep both zigs. I can pretty much run this stock, but my favorite way to run it is going to be just A on a smart route, and then honestly what I like to do is throw X on like a backside curl. So I'm just going to put X on a curl, I'm going to smart route A, and then I'm going to block my running back. If I had backfield master, this would be a good position to throw him in a flat, but overall it's perfectly fine. And again, make sure you don't smart route Cooks, but just motion Cobb out here. I like to motion him outside. He's decent against man coverage. You see Fells, he does get separation. Now Fells is very slow and low overall, but that route is a man coverage beater. Typically, if we just audible to like cover 2 here, this play is definitely going to be pretty successful, I believe. And again, Will Fuller is a really good route to low ball. So again, this route combo is just X on a curl, smart routed A, and then just motion him out there. motion snap him right about there, but you see how Will Fuller, I can throw it in this little pocket pretty much every single time, and he's going to be open. You start getting him to play underneath, start using that, and that's when you can take advantage, go over the top, things like that. But overall, big under, there are some other things you do with it, but again, you can really just use your creativity with this play. As far as Randall Cobb, there's a lot of stuff I could do with it. If I had Hot Route Master, there's a lot I could do with it, but overall, just using a couple of the unique routes that we have and kind of taking advantage. One I have in mind, just real briefly here, would be Smart Route A, Wheel RB, and then like Drag B and Curl X. Something like this could be successful if you ask me. And that's just a little kind of add-on to what we had earlier. But you see Fells, even as slow as he is, I know he's manned up with a linebacker. You see he's able to beat man coverage. But let's hop into our next play, which will be this base. Now, this base is really, really good. And when I started running this gun tight doubles, it was actually at the beginning of Madden 20. This was the first scheme I ever ran in Madden 20 in seasons, and it was really, really good because of this halfback base. This is a really good run, one of my favorites in the game, and it's just a very difficult run to stop. For whatever reason, I feel like the guards just pull very quickly, and overall it's pretty difficult to shoot with the user. But you see, it's just a quick handoff, and we get the handoff so quickly that the right guard's not even able to pull. You can definitely manipulate it with some motion, kind of get him off guard. I can do a little stop and go. Now the Texans, they have some pretty bad running backs. They don't really have any speed on the field, so we have 89 speed, David Johnson here. But again, you see it's just a walking 5-yard play. And really just run this a lot with like a Barry Sanders and Ultimate Team. You're going to be off to the races, absolutely, my friends. You see you can get a little bit sticky in the backfield with that, pick up 10 yards. But again, just use some motion. Even just to get him to think about passing the ball, I could just motion Cobb over. And you see it's going to just completely flip every single zone. And then I can run it to the right, a little stop and go, and then just follow my blockers. So there's definitely some things you can do. Overall, a very good run. I do recommend running it to this side strictly. If you have a right-hand quarterback, for using Vic or I guess Tua, you would want to flip it to get that quicker handoff. But again, overall, just a very good run. You see we're one block away a lot of these times from a touchdown, and even if we don't, we're able to pick up a solid 5 yards every rip. So again, halfback base, honestly one of my favorite shotguns runs in the entire game. But let's go ahead and move on to this out smash. So again, on defense, I'm going to audible this blitz just so that cornerback's going to follow him across. And then I'll audible back to man coverage, or I guess I can't because I don't even know why. This is like a little glitch in the game. For whatever reason, that slot cornerback just comes out in that side, so I kind of got to do that, but it's fine. But anyways, back to this out smash play. Taking a look at what we have. We don't really have too much now. I could also run the same play out of mesh spot. It's pretty much the exact same thing, but yeah, the one route that we do have and that we're going to take advantage of is Brandon Cooks. It's going to be similar to that curl flat corner play I uploaded a couple of days ago out of the bunch tight end, also similar to Z spot. Now we're going to create some of those same concepts. What I'm going to do is just put X on an out route. Does that look similar? It should. Going back to our other routes, I'm going to create a very similar concept to that one I was talking about where either I could drag A from here, but I like to drag B just because he's further off, and then I would throw A on a smart routed out route like this. This is a very good route combination, just running it stock, and you see Brandon Cooks, even with the route switch. That was a little bit of a route switch. That slot corner was manned up on Cooks. For whatever reason, they do that weird route switch. He was able to burn both people, so overall, very, very dominant route, if you ask me. Just because I'm going to throw Logan Ryan in that middle zone, just because I don't want them to kind of flip. I want you guys to see it against man coverage truly. But yeah, here's the route combo that we were running. A on an out route, smart route it, drag B, wheel RB, and out X. Obviously, smart routing Y. And again, this was the other reason that I like that route technician. You see there, it was kind of a shade over the top look, so it's not going to be as successful. But even just against cover 2, which we'll run, it's going to be a very, very difficult route and difficult route combination to stop. As far as these other routes, you could definitely do some other things depending on the look that you want. Here was just one of my ideas and one of the things I like to do. But again, if I have like a table route, I can create a curl flat. I would put RB on a flat like this, B on a curl, and then with A, I could post him or do something just like this. Again, RB would not be on a flat, A would be on a post if you have abilities, but I would just motion Fuller out. Just a very good spacing concept. You see Cooks gets over the top perfectly, even without Gunslinger able to throw that ball. The out route is open as well, so overall it does give you options. There's a lot that you can do with this play. Even with that corner route, I could either flat X, I could just backside slant him, flat B, and then maybe I put A on like a deeper crosser. This would be a route combo, but pretend A's on a crosser. Again, we don't have that, but just giving you guys some ideas. I could also flat X. I think that does create a little bit more separation in contrast to what we had. But yeah, even like a basic curl flat combo, I can motion Cobb out, and then you see this was man coverage, but even on the linebacker, he's obviously going to get really good separation there. But yeah, overall out smash, I give you guys some options. If you want even more options out of a route combo similar to this, check out that bunch tight end video. But yeah, we'll move on to our last play. Now with tight end curl, it's similar. Basically, the difference was we have a corner out on our other receiver. Last year with rollout corners, this was very good because people used a lot of combos to stop rollout corners. And when you flip those routes, the defense becomes a lot different. But again, this Randall Cobb route is going to be pretty good against man coverage. Just to run a stock man coverage look to show you, here we are. And we'll just snap the ball like that. Even with a pretty good press, we're able to get really good separation. We did get sacked because we don't have that gunslinger, but you saw that the separation was there. You can also motion if you don't want him to get bumped. So again, just a stock tight end curl look. I just motion him out and then snap him, and he's not going to get pressed. I can step up and low ball him right there. Now, not only are we going to use that corner out to our advantage, but we're also going to use this table route with David Johnson. One of the only stock plays that has that table route. Z-Spot also has it. But again, you can use that as you wish. One of my favorite just base combos is going to be B on a curl, A on a drag, and Y on a fade. I could also streak Y. It doesn't really make a difference. Now this is primarily better against coverage, I would say. So we'll just go to a cover 2 again. Cover 3 and cover 2 are going to defend relatively similar here. So we'll actually go to cover 3. I believe the curl route should be a little bit more open. But overall, very decent, just basic route combos. A lot of times this year, you just got to keep things simple. Here I could check down. Again, Watson kind of flutters that ball up. I believe the curl was actually the route I was looking for. For whatever reason, I forgot that I audibled from cover 2 to cover 3. But again, the route combo, here's the look. It's a very quick snap type play again. You're really only adjusting 3 routes, so you can snap it pretty quickly. Again, I'm just going to step up in the pocket, and then I can lowball it to Fuller against cover 2. That's when you're going to want to throw the table route, and that's only worrying about one side of the field. Again, on the other side, we have a pretty good set of routes as well. Now, I believe if I motion Fuller out, just going to try something out, see if I remember it right. Yeah, Fuller also runs out to this side as well. So even from that tight end side, I can create a trips type look, and that's what we're going to create with our next route combination. Now, what I like to do personally is I like to throw B on a little hitch route. Now, this is just me, but I would put A on a delay fade, B on a hitch, and I'm actually going to put Y on a little slant. So here's a look at something I could do. I'm just going to motion snap Fuller right about there. This is pretty good against zone coverage. You're mainly going to want to run it against zone, but you see it can be good against man. And again, with even more routes, route tech, route combination, or hot route master, you could do a whole lot of things. And really, the motion just allows you to do really whatever you want. So if I wanted to, I could put B on a backside crosser. I could like smoke screen B. I could put him on like a drag. I can still fade Y. And then I could maybe, curl A, put A on a little out route, block my running back, something like this. But again, I would put probably Y on like a corner route. Obviously, I meant to audible there, but yeah, there's really a lot you could do. If you have Hot Route Master, depending on the abilities, you can really get creative with this offense. I recommend you guys go lab some of these setups out. You can take some of these setups. You can definitely add your own. But overall, it's just a really good formation. Wanted to show you guys all the motions, the runs. Again, run that inside zone, that halfback base a whole lot. But yeah, overall, very good formation, very underrated, and very off meta with some meta concepts, which is definitely a plus. But overall, if you enjoyed, subscribe, hit that like button, and peace. I'm out of here.